It's been a while since I've done a CGC unboxing that wasn't for a signature signing event. Stay tuned as I open up this box and find out if the books I sent in for reholder retain the grade. Welcome back, comic book fans. It's Rusty again with Collector Auctions, and as I said in the intro, it's my first CGC box that I've gotten back from them in over 6 months. Now, I have really slowed down my orders with CGC, but the other thing was, most of the orders I've been doing in the last year have been for the signature signing events, and I had just stopped. I hadn't sent in a lot of things in a while, and I finally am getting back this order right here, but don't get too excited. It is simply a reholder order, but that is still fraught with some anticipation here because of all the controversy CGC has had over the last 3 to 4 months with the wrong books being put into holders and damage caused by when you send in reholders, just the accidental damage. There's all kinds of things that could happen. And I've done reholders in the past and they've all been good. And I didn't do that with a lot of trepidation, but I've been watching a lot of videos recently and some people have not had good success sending things back in. And we're going to get, because of the wrong books being put into some of the holders, not the right graded books, the chances are, and most likely, a reholder order like this is going to be regraded. And I've got 2 reholder orders in. One is for some older books, but the other one is for some more modern books that are high grade. And I did that mostly because it was old slabs and I wanted to upgrade both of those. So I'm hoping, I think that's what this order is, but we'll find out which order it is right here because I didn't dare look on CGC's website to find out which order it was because I didn't want to spoil the suspense just in case those grades didn't come back. We'll find out when I'm opening it right here. But so you know, I'm going to have another CGC unboxing here coming up very soon after this with the other 2 books. Again, with the same problem, the same situation. Is it going to retain that grade? But before I begin, before I get into this box right here, definitely hit that like, slap the subscribe, and click on that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any of my episodes that I put out each and every week, Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. All right, guys, time for the suspense to be over with. Let's get my knife and let's get into this box.
5 minutes later.
All right, everybody, I've got my knife. Here's the box. Let's get into this right here. I was glad I was home today when the order came in. The previous day, I was actually up in Philadelphia for the Fan Expo. And if you guys haven't had a chance to watch that video yet, definitely check that out. I had a great time at the Philadelphia Fan Expo. Got some great autographs while I was there. All right, got the box open here. It is bubble wrap. There's only 2 books in here. And I didn't send this in by itself to get reholdered. I actually sent it in with the other 2 books to get reholdered. It was 4 altogether. It was 2 separate orders. One was, they were slightly older books. The other one were more modern books. But I didn't send them all in by themselves either. I actually sent them in with some other books for some of the Signature Series events. I don't even recall which event it was for, but I bundled everything together to be able to send at one time. So this is going to be the first of 2 reholder orders that are going to be coming back in, and let's hope we have good success on this. So I'm going to put the box down. And here they are. We got the rubber band, 2 boards. It was well bubble wrapped. It was very well protected. And I'm going to do this without looking at the grades. In the past, I've done these. Didn't worry about it too much. But now, with all the controversy over at CGC, and the fact that they probably are going to be regrading any reholders like this, I'm a little nervous. So, I know which order it is, and I didn't see the grades, so that's good right there. So, let's start with the first one right here. I'll take the book out and I'll cover it up. I'll show you what it is. I actually got custom labels on here too. And it is X-Men what is this? This is 106. Still Dave Cochran doing the artwork here. I think this is a first appearance of something. I don't recall exactly, but I had bought this. It was a 9.6, which is what my sweet spot is for the entire new X-Men run that I'm trying to get graded. I'm doing the John Byrne run, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to keep going back to some of the older books, such as this right here, to get graded as well. There's 9.6 is just a really good grade. I don't want to say it's cheap, but it's so much more inexpensive than a 9.8, and they're nearly as good. And this was in an old style label, and I sent it back in, and you can see I've got the Magneto X-Men cover or label up here, custom on here. I kind of wish they still had the original X-Men, giant size X-Men cover art up there. That one was really good. I wish they'd go back to that, to be honest, because not every book is Magneto-centric. You're focusing on the villain. Let's focus on the heroes, right? So let's see if we retain that 9.6. Yes, we did. Nice. I mean, you don't see me getting super excited, but you're seeing me wipe off my brow that we retained that. So this is really nice. Let's take a quick look at this here. Yeah, it looks great. I didn't take a chance and break this out myself and resubmit it or anything, but yeah, I got the X-Men label up here. I think this is one of the first X-Men labels. It's got the Jim Lee artwork from the X-Men book from 91, I believe. Yeah, that's very nice. So one down, very happy about that. This will go into the PC. This is completely a PC book. It's not necessarily a goals book. I'd already bought it. But retaining at 9.6 is part of that goal, I suppose, the expanded X-Men goal. Let's put this aside and let's do the other book. And the other book is definitely a goals book. I finally scratched that off the list last year after just absolutely trying to get a 9.8, buying it raw. It's probably the one book I've talked about more on this channel than anything else. Trying to go out there in the raw at cons, at conventions, at stores, and trying to find the most perfect copy I can find. And the closest I came to was at one of the local cons here a few weeks ago, and price was right in line with how good the book was, but it still wasn't a 9.8. It still had defects and it's just not worth it. The price can still be high on a raw, even though very high grade, but not perfect. Yet you can buy a 9.6, a 9.6 of this, 9.4, for not that much more money. You might as well just buy the graded version. So that's why it's been a goal to try to get that. It was a goal to try to get that 9.8, and that's what I did. I finally found one, and I paid a little bit more for it and just bought the 9.8 because the market has been down. I can't tell you if it's still going down or not, but when I bought this, the market was down still, and I picked it up with an old label with the intention of getting the new label. So let's look at it. It is Fantastic Four 244, the first appearance of Frankie Ray as the new Herald of Galactus called Nova. And if you follow this channel for any time at all, you know this is one of my all-time favorite books, and one of those goals books that just troubled me till I finally bought one. Well, I took advantage of being able to send it in for the reholder when I send in the books for the Signature Series signing event. And I wanted to go ahead and put the custom label on here as well. And so I've got the really good Fantastic Four label. And that's kind of neat that we have the Fantastic Four from issue, what is this? Issue 48. Is it 48? 49? It's 49. And the cover appearance of Galactus. And that's kind of cool because we've got a Galactus book right here, right? Well, this was a 9.8. Fingers are really crossed on this one. This is the one that I was really going to be nervous about. Oh, let's see what we got. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. So I can't tell you that they actually regraded this or not. All I know right now is that this retained the 9.8. Thank goodness. I don't know what I would be saying right now if it wasn't. I probably would have dropped the F-bomb a few times. But this is absolutely gorgeous. It is not the prettiest 9.8. You can tell, if you can see it right there, you can see the cover wrap, back cover is coming around a little bit. And normally that doesn't bother me, but this one actually is a little askew, but it's still a 9.8, and that met the goal of what I wanted it to do. And that label looks beautiful up there. Didn't they, when they first started on this label, weren't they cutting off the thing? I think they eventually just moved him over a little bit. But wow, I'm so relieved that we retained the grades on this, on both of these. And this looks so much better than it did. I didn't take pictures of the old one, but it looks so much better than the old label. And the plastic is so much better than the old plastic and everything. So I am super happy right now. Guys, let me know what you think about these books. Are these books that you have in your collection? And if you do you have them graded? What grades do you have? I love these books. These are PC books for me. And I look forward to doing the next video where they're not necessarily PC books, but they are some really nice books that I wanted to get into the new holders. And we'll do that coming up probably in the next week or so. We'll find out. We'll figure out when I can do that video. But these right here, I realized the reason that these were in a separate order is because I did do the custom labels. The other books were not books that were qualified for anything good for the custom labels. So they weren't Marvel books, basically. And these were, that's why this was a separate order. Again, I sent all these in one time to basically save on shipping. I could have, and since it was a signature signing event, the box was labeled with the artist's initials, so CGC knew to open up that box. Well, they open up the box and they find the books for the signing series, but they also find these reholder orders in there as well. So they're put into the system a lot quicker than they would be if it was just in a box and they open it up when they felt like opening it up. So that's why I did this, why I put these reholders in with a signature series order, so they would be opened up sooner, and that's why they got into the system. This probably took about a month, give or take, since I sent them in. I don't have the dates in front of me. Return times have been really good. I'm a little surprised since both orders were finished on the same day that they weren't. I think one was finished in the morning, got shipped that day. The other one got finished and the label was printed, but it was going to go out the next day. I think I'm going to get this tomorrow in the mail, so I'll have that one for the next video. Anyway, I'm going on. I'm super happy. Guys, let me know, and by leaving me a comment, I've already said that. But I'm out of here, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you for the next one. Just remember, guys, every comic has a story.